managed to sleep in a little bit. Okay, well, day 20 is being summed up for you the following morning because I got into this hut kind of late-ish, but because it was still like raining and dark clouds outside, it was kind of dark and probably a bit too dark to film in here. So the goal was Beetaloo Ck campsite, which was about 19 k's. So yeah, pretty chill day. I knew it was mostly like jeep track type roads along the top of that ridgeline kind of thing. Sounds simple again on paper, but then you throw the weather into it and the condition of the track, and yeah, so it was blowing a gale on me all day yesterday. Like I was just in crazy winds all day. So yeah, I come out of camp and it's onto the dirt roads and jeep tracks, and it's up and down, up and down, up and down. And then it decided to rain on me as well. So out comes the poncho, and because it's blowing a gale, I had to walk along pretty much holding the back of that down. That wasn't fun. But then eventually I came to, I think it's called the Bluff. Yeah, it was this lookout thing I'd forgotten all about. I sort of remember bits and pieces of that section, but yeah, completely forgot about that. And just incredible views. Like obviously it wasn't the best day for it, but the views were still pretty amazing. So yeah, it was that was nice to see. And then after that I passed by the giant television tower. I have the map out in front of me. Where is it? I saw it written. The Bluff has a large television tower on top which services the Upper Spencer Gulf region and a large proportion of the mid-north of South Australia. So there you go. I actually didn't eat much either, which is a bit concerning, and you'll realise why in a sec. I didn't have, did I even have coffee? No. Because it was just so windy and shit, I pretty much just wanted to pack my stuff up and get going. So no coffee, no breakfast, just packed up, off I went. I had a little on-the-go snack of nuts that I keep in my hip belt pocket, so I had a few of those while I was hiking along. I usually don't stop much when it's shit weather because I just don't feel like it. So if I'm gonna snack, it's gonna be like while I'm hiking along, and I usually hike a bit quicker in shit weather because it just makes me want to move quicker and try and get out of it or beat it or something, I don't know. So yeah, hiking along, trying to snack on my nuts. So because I knew I hadn't eaten much, I was trying to like drink a fair bit of water on the go as well. I did have a bar thing, so I ate that on the go as well. So because I didn't stop, I made it to Beetaloo Ck Camp. Well, I was a bit confused because I made it to a tank which wasn't marked on far out, but it had a sign for it in a little shelter area, and I reckon there was a logbook in there as well. So I'm assuming that was the camp. It was still fairly exposed there, and I got there fairly early I think I got there, I don't know, I think it was around 1ish, so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know whether to, because there were a couple of decent bench seats there, and I didn't know whether to just like forget about the tent and just try and like cowboy camp there, like stay there and cowboy camp there the night. But then I knew that would still leave a massive long day into Crystal Brook the next day. So, and looking on the map, it looked like mostly road walking. So I didn't know whether I would find another like appropriate spot to camp if I pushed on. So it was a bit, yeah, it was a bit of a gamble, but I decided to push on anyway. I did have the dream in the back of my head. I looked up on Far Out from Beetaloo Ck Camp, what I thought was the campsite. On Far Out it showed a camp like a little bit further on, but next time I checked Far Out I'd like gone through it, so I didn't even see, so I think that's a bit off, but anyway. Yeah, looking at Bowman Park and Bowman Hut was another 24 point something k's away, so I was like, oof, it was already like 1:30. I thought, oh well, if I just try and go into like beast mode and just get as close to that as possible and try and find somewhere to put my tent up, that might be the go. I really didn't expect to make it there, but luckily as I got moving, as I got off that track, it turned into like a really nice dirt road. So I was like almost in a jog. I was like walking like that fast, like knees slightly bent, like full on beast mode, like I was on a mission. And I just wanted to, like I said, I didn't really expect to get all the way to Bowman Hut, but I was just on a mission to just get like as close to it as possible, and I knew it was a lot of Ks and not much time to do them in, so yeah, I just went like flat out. And like I said, luckily I had a decent road and I was able to do that on, otherwise I would have been screwed. If it was still a rocky track like I'd been walking on all morning, no way would I have made it here before dark. I wouldn't have tried. I would have found a spot to set up camp before dark. And luckily the rain eased off as well. The wind was still like crazy, but it was as if it was pushing the rain away like in front of me. So even though I felt like I was like chasing it, I was like hoping that the wind was still going to keep it all in front of me. Eventually I did catch up to the rain, and then for like the rest of the late afternoon I was just hiking in rain. I thought to myself, like, I'm like gonna die whenever I do stop, wherever I stop, because my body is running on like no fuel. Like I had hardly anything to eat. I snacked because the weather was still shit and I was on like a mission. I pulled out my nuts again and snacked on a few more of them. I was like, okay, cool, yep, I've got a few more nuts under my belt, like that's gonna be enough fuel to keep me going. And just kept drinking a fair bit of water on the go, and somehow, yeah, that was enough to just keep my pace up and keep me going. I was checking Far Out and checking the Ks every now and again to see how far. I'm lucky I didn't even realise at the time, because I couldn't remember when I looked at the map whether this Bowman Park was before or after the actual like Crystal Brook Creek section. Looking at the map now, it's it's after, so I'm only like a 5k road walk from Crystal Brook now. But so I didn't realise at the time, I'd followed a reroute sign, and looking at the map now, that actually took me around Crystal Brook, like the creek. So it took me on Heads Road, I think it was, the pipeline track, and then down and around the Huddleston Road. Yeah, I was walking beside a fairly busy road for a little bit, and then eventually came to the Bowman Park sign, turn off. So then I followed that Bowman Park road up into here. So, I mean, I followed the trail markers the whole way, but it actually like really helped. And that was probably, yeah, the only reason why I was actually able to make it into here. And I didn't even realise what was going on at the time. I was just, yeah, trail marker, far out, following the trail, yep, go. So it worked out really well. Needless to say, like, my feet were killing me by the time I got in. I was like hobbling around. My legs were pretty sore as well because they'd just been going like non-stop for like most of the day. So I had a quick look around and had a bit of a suss, and there were like bunks and real like foam mattresses in here. So yeah, I was pretty impressed, and it was so warm in here. I was a bit worried, so I laid up before bed and I had to like take most of it off. It was crazy warm in here. Very good insulation. Yeah, so I'll give you a bit of a tour now. So I actually got onto the Heysen Trail website and got the code for it. I don't know if I needed it or not. That was locked. And then I've only just noticed that says that there. But yeah, it was shut, and it was C something or other. Put it in, and then yeah, got in anyway. Yeah, so I didn't expect, like, yeah, I just didn't expect this. This was open. There are like spare mattresses and things in here. I shut all these doors just to try and keep it a little bit warmer in here. And then I walked in here and I was like, oh my god, kitchen table. I still had a little bit of light, so I was like enjoying the view out there. And a real sink. And here are more. I was gonna use this room and this bed, except I couldn't get that window shut. So I thought that might be a bit chilly. So, because when I come in, a couple of these were opened and I shut them up. Yeah, back door, there's a little outhouse outside. That door was shut when I come in here, but there's another couple of bunks and mattresses in there. And I ended up sleeping in this one. Haven't packed up my bed yet. I put all my clothes up there. They're still probably going to be wet. Raincoat, and I hung my pack up there, which I don't even know if it would have done anything, because there was like a few inches between like that and my pack, and I thought if mice or whatever like really wanted to get in there, they could probably just jump across. But anyway. Yeah, so that's the hut. It's very nice. Yeah, so pretty much like dumped all my gear out, got settled in, got a backcountry cuisine meal going, finished the rest of my giant bag of chips, and then scoffed dinner, and then straight away had a hot chocolate. I did, as soon as I got in, made up an electrolyte drink because surely my body would have needed it. I don't know how I did it. It ended up being a 42.4k day, I reckon, according to Garmin. And I don't know how I did that on one bar and a handful of nuts. But I did it. So, and it was totally worth it because it was raining on and off through the night. So I was toasty warm in here and my tent stayed dry. And I didn't think I'd be able to move this morning, but I actually don't feel that bad. So my right quad is stuffed now. I actually felt that go the night before last, just as I got into the go-kart track shelter. I felt my right quad play up. So yesterday when I thought, no, I'll push on from Beetaloo Ck Camp, I just dropped a couple of Panadol extra and like I said, just went into beast mode and got the job done. That sums up day 20. Massive, crazy, insane, on a few different levels day. But anyway, now I'm gonna head into Crystal Brook, so stay tuned for that. See you later.